Do you want to know how to make money from real estate photography in 2023? You do? That's great. You're in the right place. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Rick McAvoy, photographer, blogger, and all things at the Photography Explained podcast. This week on my blog, well, it's quite a shameless sales pitch because I've done a course called How to Become a Real Estate Photographer, which you can check out at rickmcavoyphotography.com/courses. It's very good. Well, I would say that, wouldn't I? It's me telling you what you need to know based on my own personal experiences and many years of doing all of this good stuff. Now, I don't want to make this video too much of a sales pitch, so what I want to talk about is if you're a photographer and you want to make money from your photography, because it is quite a logical progression. We spend a lot of time taking photographs, blah-de-blah, and there comes a point where you want a bit more, you want to develop, you want to grow. I mean, you might want to make a living from photography, who knows, or you might just want to make a bit of money on the side. You might want to make money to buy gear, entirely up to you, but when you start making money from photography, things change, your approach changes, and once you start making money, you want more. Well, this is what I found out. I turned a hobby into a living, and it started off with very small beginnings. So if you got aspirations to become a photographer and you got if you got a day job, I had a day job when I started out doing all this good stuff. So if you got a day job and you don't know how to start making money from photography, well, real estate photography is a really good one to get into because you don't need a lot of gear. And there's always a demand for it, and there's a demand pretty much wherever you are, because if you think about it, we all live in buildings. Well, most of us are fortunate enough to. People buy and sell buildings all the time, people lease buildings all the time, and every time a building's marketed, photos are needed of it. And yes, for some people, taking photos with a phone is good enough, but there is still a demand for professional quality real estate photography. I won't say everywhere because I can't speak for everywhere, but in my opinion, it's one of the best markets to get into because buildings will always be sold and leased, rented, call it whatever you want. And the other good thing is that you can do, you can do one shoot a month if that's what you want to do. You can do one at a weekend every week. You can do whatever you want, or you can do it full time. Now, obviously, you need the work, you need the clients, you need to get into this and produce the goods. But you can scale it as much as you want to, subject to you being good enough and providing a great service. That is. So it's a great thing to get into, and if you just want to dip a toe into making money in photography, I'd strongly recommend it. It's like I say. You don't need a lot of gear. You know what you're photographing. The processing is, well, you're producing technically correct, accurate and flattering photos. So what it does, it gives you lots of certainty about what you're doing, this is the thing that I was lacking. When I started making money from photography, I didn't know what to do. So I marketed myself to anybody and everybody to do any kind of photography anywhere, and it didn't work because I wasn't very good at everything. I was average at everything. I wasn't very good at anything because I spread myself so thin. I had no focus, no direction, and once I just tied myself down to photographing buildings, full stop. That's all I do. I get inquiries all the time for portraits and all sorts of stuff, and I don't do them because I used to do them. I'm not geared up for it. I don't particularly enjoy doing it either, and I don't need to do it. I'm in a very fortunate position that I don't need to do all the work that comes my way, and that comes with time. So yeah, it's the same old thing. If you don't know how to get started or what to get started doing, real estate photography is a good one to get into. Right, I'm in danger of repeating myself now over and over and over again, so can I just tell you very briefly about my course? It's on the platform Teachable. It's currently on, I can't remember how much it is, it's £297 or dollars. Oh, I should know that. It's £297. The point of it is, it's structured, and I tell you everything that you need to know and no more. If you don't need to know it, I don't tell you it, and that is the whole point of it. I've taken everything that I've learned over all these years and I put it into a video course which you can get through in, well, certainly less than a day. Not that I'd want to listen to me for any more time than, well, 6 minutes of this video is probably long enough, isn't it? So that's that. I would also like to tell you about my Photography Explained podcast, which is available on all good podcast providers, and it has its own website, the photographyexplainedpodcast.com. No the at the beginning. I should know that by now, shouldn't I? This week I'm talking about, well, what am I talking about? It's about how technology can help us to take photos, and that includes, of course, real estate photography, but it's across the board, it's in general. And there's some startling things I've found out about cameras which make me want to spend several £1,000s on about 3 different cameras that I now have decided I need. Sorry, want, I don't need them. Okay, so you got my blog on rickmcavoyphotography.com. You got my podcast, Photography Explained Podcast. Obviously, this YouTube channel. Anything else? Head over to my website, drop me an email, ask me a question. Be delighted to answer it and love to hear from you. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me, and I hope to see you on another video. Cheers from me, Rick.